Why is it that you're still stuck at $3,000 a month and not hitting consistent 10K months yet? That's what we're going to break down in this video. I want to help you get to consistent 10K months. If you want, there's a link in the description with a full train how to hit those consistent 10K months. But I think it's a specific problem that people get stuck at here at the 3K mark. So I want to talk about it and just a raw conversation with you here this morning. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, great Black Friday. If you're not familiar, we have a Black Friday deal going on with our coaching, which is $5,000 off. Craziest deal we've ever dropped or will ever drop again. We'd love to work with you. All that can be found in the description, or you can go to the channel and find it there. So let's talk through what are some reasons that you might be stuck at $3,000 a month. Maybe you're on that roller coaster where hey, here's a 7K and then a 1K and then a 2,500 and then a 6K, right? Like maybe you're up and down, or maybe you're like barely tapping 3K or like 2,000 this month and like 2,500, 2,600, and you're just not growing at any real pace. So let's talk through a few things that if you fix these things, it would be really difficult for you not to be breaking through that limit of 3K. And obviously, I would love to get you to consistent 10K months, but this is just the way the journey works. Sometimes you hit this barrier and you feel like you can't get through it. So let's see if we can get you through it with this conversation, with this video today. So number one is not focused, and you just need to pick a strategy. So this comes down to both business model and traffic source. Again, these aren't highly edited videos. I hope you don't mind just having raw conversations about some of these points. If you and I were sitting on a Zoom call and we were talking through your business, this is kind of how we would talk about it. Two of the biggest issues we see with entrepreneurs that we talk to, that I personally work with, is first of all, shiny object syndrome. Literally everyone knows this. Like you get on a webinar, you see a cool new model, you think it's going to change the entire world, and you don't yet realize, we talk about this in some other videos, but you don't yet realize the problems with that model. The truth is that model probably works, but you know what else works is the model that you're currently doing. And the problem is that every time you jump over to a new model, you're starting from scratch. So the momentum that you've built up in the 1, 2, 3, 4 months that you've been working on the thing you're working on, it's completely evaporated the second you jump over to a new model. And now you're going to spend the next 3 to 4 months just getting caught up. So if you were to just stick to the strategy that you've picked, that you know for a fact works, you are going to be able to break through it with enough time and enough effort. It's just like you will, as long as you're doing it right, as long as you have a good blueprint and it's actually compounding, it will go through. But this is also the same thing with traffic. So I specialize in affiliate marketing. I've done $3 million online, 1.7 total in affiliate revenue or in affiliate commissions. And my very first year, I did $200,000 of profit while working full-time as a youth pastor. And really, this is what I see so much when it comes to affiliate marketers specifically, is they want to find the trend. They want to find the hack when it comes to content. They don't just say, I'm just going to create content. Like if you were to change your mindset from what's the best way where I can do the least amount of work and get the most amount of views to how do I pump out the most amount of quality content on one platform that I can, you would just win, right? Like if you picked, now I always suggest YouTube. It is by far the best. It's consistent, or it's predictable, scalable, and predictable. Like it is so easy to hit consistent 10K months over time with enough effort if you just stick to it. But whatever you're picking right now, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, we've done a lot of content on Facebook. There's a lot of opportunity there now as well. Just pick one and lock it the frick down. like for month after month after month, for 6 months, for a year, say, this is my platform. I'm going to become the best in the world at my platform and expressing my voice and my brand on my platform. And it would be incredibly difficult not to break through 3K months. One that I don't even think I mentioned here that I feel compelled to share is I think people get stuck here because they get into copy mode. And this is 1,000 times worse now because of AI. Everyone just uses AI and gets generic templates, but they don't find their voice. I wish, in fact, I'm going to do this. Don't find their voice. Who are you as a brand? Who are you as a person? What is your brand voice? What do you want to represent? When people think of you, what are the things that they should associate with your brand? So I cannot encourage you enough to actually become about something. I talk, this is actually a really good video that got a little overlooked because it seems silly, but because everyone talks about niches, and I used to hate every video about niches. But this one right here, talking about niches are dead, where instead of thinking about your business in terms of a niche, think about it in terms of interest stacking. So all of your interests in your personality and your brand actually start to break through, and you build deep relationships with people who watch your content. I can't encourage that enough. So pick a single business model, stick with the business model, dedicate yourself to a minimum of a year. Pick one traffic source, stick to that traffic source, a minimum of a year. And when that year is over, you will not be at 3K anymore. You just can't, it's almost impossible if you do it over a long enough period of time. One that obviously goes with this is they don't stay consistent, right? And this very much comes back to this is you do a month on YouTube, and then you do a month on Instagram, and then you do a month on TikTok. And like, you might do one YouTube video and you might do like one Instagram post here, but like, you're just constantly jumping. This is the actual issue. When it comes to social, if you would just sit down and stay on one platform and stay with one strategy, and it's all you're going to do, it would be very difficult to lose. If you created one, and here's the thing, most people know this. If you were to create 1 to 3 YouTube videos a week, every single week for the next year, where do you think your business would be? As long as you were doing it correctly, it would be almost impossible to not be doing more than 3K a month. Almost impossible. Now, there are some pieces there, like if your strategy is not good, if your offer sucks, if like there are some caveats to that. But at the end of the day, this is what's great about affiliate marketing. We can pick an offer that's a proven winner. We can make content. We're going to find our voice, and we're going to relate to people on a human level because people want human connection now more than ever, and we're going to do it consistently. It would be very hard to not make money. And again, make sure to check out the link in the description. I actually built a new, not only do I give you the same 10K training that I've had for a while, I also built out a roadmap that helps you specifically if you're at, like depending on what your stage is. So specifically at this stage, we help you kind of break through that and tell you about the story of a client who broke through that and how they did it. And all that is down in the description. Not content stacking. This is why I am so unbelievably passionate about long form versus short form. Is short form doesn't stack. Man, I should have pulled this up. In fact, give me a second because this is worth taking a second. There was a tweet that came out the other day. I believe this guy used to work with Mr. Beast, if I'm correct. And he talked about, we're not going to go through this whole thing, but this massive algorithm change. First off, a lot of people have gotten hit because they're using AI content and YouTube shut down their accounts, which the future of YouTube is very interesting when it comes to AI content, but that's a whole separate conversation. He was specifically, this whole post, go find it. I mean, Mario Juice, I don't know how you pronounce that name, but you can go find this if you're on Twitter. And he is walking through how their short form content, I'll give you the short version of it. This is only for short form, but how they saw this line where all of their old content just stopped getting promoted. So what is happening right now in YouTube, and this can always change, is they're not promoting old content. They're going into the TikTok and Instagram model of what is happening today. Like, we are promoting content from the last 30 days, not content that is like 6 months old when it comes to short form, which I don't love, but I get why they're doing it. But this is the problem, right? Like, if your content's not living beyond 24 hours or 48 hours or a week, it's very hard to build a consistent business. This is why I preach YouTube so much, because if you're creating long form content, if you're ranking for keywords, if you're building with the model that we talk about, where every time you are bringing in more of your ideal avatar, then they go back and they watch more of your content, all of your content stacks. That's how we intentionally build it for myself and for every client. Is the content stacks on top of one another. So when someone finds me, they don't typically watch one video, or some do, but like some come in and they find my content and then they watch 2 videos and 3 videos and 4 videos and 5 videos. But not only does one new viewer get me more views across my content, also my content is searchable. So the more content I create, the more I'm going to grow month over month, right? Like we don't experience on long form YouTube the ups and downs of a 1K month, a 5K month, a 2K month, a 2.5K. Like, we don't go up and down. It's just a nice gradual growth. And there's some obviously caveats to all of that, but overall, not content stacking in such a way that someone watches one piece of your content and then they want to watch more. And specifically why long form is just better than short form. But the wrong strategy, I mean, we talk about this some in that one. Content stacking, you absolutely can do content stacking on short form. People do this with series. People do this with multiple parts to a story or stuff like that. But it's just not nearly as powerful as long form is. So I'm a firm believer of, like, if you're going to build a long-term business, you need to have some form of long-form content. In fact, if you go over to my other channel, Jake the Affiliate, I highly recommend watching the video. I just filmed it, so it hadn't released yet. But it's about this 3-day challenge, teaching people how to build their AI clone. And I'm going to release literally today a video on this channel that talks about crazy bonuses that I'm offering if you sign up under my link. But on top of that, like, on the challenge for free, you can build out an AI clone. And if you still want to do short form or long form, you can actually build out a clone that can be doing that for you constantly. So you lock in on, let's say, long form, and then you have your AI clone constantly pumping out short form content for you. That way you're still building your brand. It's not faceless, and you're still getting short form out there, but we're focused on the one that's actually going to generate the most revenue. Oh gosh, this is a huge one. You don't have a high ticket offer. It is very hard. It is very easy if you're selling something that's $1,000 commissions a month to make 3,000. It's easy to make 3 sales a month. It is very easy to make 3 sales a month. It is very difficult if you're getting $5 commissions at a time to make $3,000 a month, right? So we want to make sure we have an offer that serves our customer well, that actually helps them solve their pain point at a high level, but makes you more than a couple bucks every time you sell it. If you're looking for one, I actually have a link down in the description to something called OLSP. This is for this channel. I mean, because this channel is really designed to be a case study for the coaching program. This is kind of the front end offer we're using for absolute beginners to use OLSP, but it also has high end commissions attached into it as well. So if you're looking for a really good high end offer in the make money online space, I highly recommend going down and checking out OLSP. There's so much money to be made there. And I'll mention this a little bit more here in this last one, but this is the biggest one, right? Like, at the end of the day, doing it by yourself. So either you don't have a growth group, which I'll talk about in a second, or a coach. So this is what I primarily do, is I coach people through this to consistent 10K months. And once they hit consistent 10K months, we have conversations and say, hey, do you want to take it to the 50 to 100K a month mark? And it sounds crazy. I know. There's a really good video on the channel right here. Where is it? Escape the Cubicle, where we talk about how simple it is. How small the difference is between 10 to 20K a month and 50 to 100K. It's literally just adding in one higher ticket offer. Which, again, sounds crazy if you're at 3K, I get it, but it's actually not that complicated. You just add one more offer in on the back end. But this is what we do, right? Like, if there's this old saying, when I started paying to coach $16,000 a month, he hit me with this, which smacked me in the ego, but he was right. Like, the reason you're not at fill in the blank, whatever your goal is, like, I wanted to be at consistent 100K months. He's like, the reason you're not there is because you're not able to get yourself there. And that's not something to be ashamed of. You need someone to help you. If you're not at consistent 10K months by now, and you've been doing this for any period of time and you've stalled for whatever reason, you're just struggling to get there by yourself and you need help. That's why, like, I highly recommend, let's jump on a call. Let's talk about your business. Let's see if either we can work together, if it makes sense for us to work together, or if there's something we could identify on the call that, just like that, we get this out of your business, we lock something in, and now you're on a path to actually hit consistent 10K months. But on top of that, what we actually just launched was a growth group that is for everyone who signs up for OLSP. One of the bonuses that I'm putting now is I'm actually putting together a new school group. It'll probably come about in the next week or two, where it's completely designed to be a small group of people who have signed up under my link, and I'm basically just putting a group together like, hey, you guys are going to grow together. You're going to encourage one another. Sorry, I lost my voice a little bit this weekend. Still a little jacked up. You're going to encourage one another. You're going to promote one another's content. You're going to comment. You're going to watch. You're going to share. And, like, you're actually going to grow together. This is one of the biggest hacks I had early on, is I had a group of about 5 to 10 people who were just, like, serious about all of us growing together. And every one of us built full online businesses that actually allowed us to leave our 9-to-5 job and do this full time. Most of them are still around today. And it all started with having that growth group. So if you want to join the growth group, just make sure you sign up with OLSP using the link in the description. You can just buy the $7 front end if you want, and that's enough to get you in the group. And from there, I'll help you grow from there. Or if you want full-time coaching, like you just want me to walk you by the hand to consistent 10K months, and then hopefully eventually even way beyond that, make sure to book a call down below. We are actually running a Black Friday deal right now, which again is nuts what we're doing. But even if you find this video after the Black Friday deal, the deal is I'm going to get you to 10K months, which is at least the goal. And it's worth every penny to get you to that point and absolutely transform your life. So, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Hopefully something here just kind of clicked for you and you went, oh, I'm jumping around too much. Oh, I'm chasing too many different business models. Oh, here's another one that I talk about all the time, is I have too much complexity. I'm doing enough stuff that isn't actually generating revenue in the business. If you identify what that thing is, whatever that bottleneck is, and you actually just lock down on one offer, one high ticket offer on one traffic source, and you stay consistent with it, it is very, very, very difficult to fail. So hope this was helpful. Make sure to book a call, pick up my free training down in the description. That'll be a huge help as well. And I hope to see you on a call in the near future. But if not, I've got another video coming out very soon that you're going to enjoy. I'll see you then.